Hey everyone, Pupsker here, and today in Warframe I want to go over your boy Nokko. Latest Warframe, Mushroom Warframe, also very strong and cool. It is currently kind of the only Warframe with an awesome idle animation featuring another Warframe, unless there's like one other one. But sometimes you'll see Nokko over here dancing with Ureli when he's just idling. The other idle animation is, that one where he keeps going like, ah, and then spinning in circles. And then the other idle animation is he spawns a whole ass Ureli and then they start dancing. So, hey, he's a really cool Warframe right now and a fan favorite to a lot of people. If we take a quick look, just spawning some enemies for his abilities. First ability, AoE damage. Second ability, AoE heals and energy regen. Fourth ability is bouncing damage ball that hurts enemies, and the more it bounces, the more damage it does. Chains off your mushrooms as well, and as you can see, it hit 1,000,000 damage. The more it bounces, more damage crit it does. It's awesome. Your third ability is you turn into this tiny, chonky, cheeked up mushroom, and when you jump, you also fart. So you have double jump farts, right? It's so cute. Anyways, that is a quick TLDR on Nokko, and let me tell you, fan favorite for all fans, okay? All fans of Warframe, they love Nokko. People are afraid that Nokko's actually going to get nerfed. I've seen so many people be like, well, wait until the next update, they're going to nerf him, and I'm like, guys, there's not even an update in Warframe until December because hotfixing's paused. Nokko's strong, Nokko's awesome. He's no Dante on launch, okay? His abilities have really small range, which are a little annoying, but he is really strong overall. So, hey, let's talk about his abilities one by one, and then we'll go over what my build for him is. Passive. Upon receiving fatal damage, Nokko reverts to his sprawling form and his active mushroom will glow, reviving Nokko when touched, and it works well. Welcome everybody. Orbs spawned will grant a speed boost, but not healing. If a glowing mushroom is not reached in time, Nokko will automatically use a self-revive. TLDR, you just run to one of your mushroom spawns through your first or second ability, and you revive. So your passive is an ability not to die, and your third ability is also an ability not to die, but we'll talk about all that. Your first ability, throw a mushroom, periodically shreds poisonous spores, sheds, inflicting viral damage status effect upon nearby enemies while also lulling them to sleep. Default radius is 5, 250 viral damage, 25-second duration with a 3-second pulse rate. But you can always upgrade that stuff, right? Your second ability is Bright Bonnet. Release a rejuvenating mushroom, emits a radial pulse, giving Nokko and his allies energy, and applying a buff to ability strength that lasts for a short time. That's right, you can stack and get so much ability strength with Nokko. It's actually kind of insane. I think with this build, you end up getting like near 400, maybe almost like 450 just casually. Anyways, default strength boost is 30%, gives you 15 energy, 15 meter radius, 25-second duration. The effects last 7.5 seconds, or sorry, 5 seconds by default, so not super long. Also has a 3-second pulse rate. Your third ability, though, revert to sprawling form. It's called Reroute. Spawning orbs that heal Nokko and grant a speed boost. While in this state, Nokko's untargetable and heals gradually. Okay? It has a, like 50 energy drain. Nice, okay. The other two are not big energy drains. They're all 50 and then 25, right? Nothing terrible. It lasts 10 seconds by default, not bad. You get 10 health per second and energy shield, sorry, not energy, but energy shield. And you also get 80 health and energy shield on pickup. Not bad, not bad. So this is your like, I'm invincible, I just run around mode, and then you just fart as a little sprawling. Cool. And then your fourth ability, your high damage, is your Spore Spring. Unleash a chaotic ballistic mushroom that seeks enemies and bounces explosively off whatever it touches. Contact with any of Nokko's mushrooms invigorates them, doubling their pulse rate. So here's the general setup for Nokko. Throw your mushrooms around, and then you throw your Spore Spring down, and then you're pretty much invincible in that general area. If you get shot, you just go and revive to a mushroom, you throw mushrooms down again, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Damage is 2500 toxin, 8 meter radius. Max bounces is 10. 25% crit chance per bounce. It has an explosive radius of 3 meters by default, and max projectiles of 3. The annoying thing is you cannot increase the crit chance per bounce or the max amount of bounces by doing strength or anything. So that's just no matter what, it'll bounce 10 times, and the amount of damage it can build is really high. A lot of people like using Shade or, what is it, like the Hurus Kubro, one of the Kubros. They'd like to do a defensive invisibility build with your boy Nokko, build so much damage, and then they just like stay invisible, popping only his abilities, because this ability can do millions of damage, technically, taking out any general enemy, stalker, etc., and so forth. Works really, really well. Lot of tips. The TLDR is throw down a lot of mushrooms, and if you always have mushrooms up, you won't die, right? Use stink brains to soften up enemies. The TLDR is use mushrooms, damage, and kill enemies. Second ability buffs you and allies, so remember, use that first. You don't need to stay inside radius of a bright bonnet to keep the ability strength increase. It's just, you know, each pulse will refresh the buff duration, and it's not a really high duration, so keep that in mind. Nokko is fragile but resilient. Use reroute when under fire. You can totally shield gate fully or build actual defenses, or do what I'm doing and build almost no defenses, but you'll see when I tell you about it. Stink brain and bright bonnet mushrooms can be bounced on to gain upward momentum. Yep, you can use them as like a jump pad. The mushrooms also appear on the minimap, making them easier to see. That is true. Sprawling form can roll to dash forward quickly. Yep, and it has triple jump, like we were showing. Spore Spring Mushroom bounce more erratically based on ability range upgrades. So range is important, but I think it's good to have really high range. I just don't like having really high range because I'm not an overextended user by any means. So I don't like having a ton. Spore Spring will attempt to strike high priority targets like Xmas units when flying into crowds. They will also bounce off a stationary mushroom that are nearby. Nokko can unleash up to 3 Spore Spring mushrooms at a time for maximum chaos. Don't forget to use Bright Bonnet to help sustain the cost of frequent casting, while also increasing Spore Spring damage. So that is the overview on Nokko. Let me know what you think so far, and if you like the video, as always, like, subscribe, comment down below what your general thoughts on Nokko are, and you can always use Epic Games creator code Pupsker to support the channel. My build that I have on Nokko, it's not a full build, it is a 2 Forma build as of right now. Rifle amp, but I would swap that out if it was a 3 Forma build eventually or more, with the general brief respite. There we go. Stretch for range, transient fortitude for strength. You can always swap that out if you want to. It's not like the most important IMO. Archon continuity for damage, and since it's toxin damage and your 4th ability is toxin, also you hit corrosive, very good. I have Archon intensify for ability strength, but also healing grants ability strength with your 2nd ability. In theory, maybe it'll help out and buff up some people, or maybe, sorry, with your 3rd ability. Maybe with your 2nd one. Can it heal? No, it doesn't heal, but your 3rd ability, you can quickly heal up, right? And then that can give you a little bit of a strength boost, but you can totally swap that off. It's a little harder to pull off technically, but don't worry about it, right? Augur Message, or Massage, Augur Message. Anyways, ability duration, okay. We have Augur Reach for more strength, Blind Rage for more damage. You might get negative efficiency, but you get so much energy with Bright Bonnet that I honestly say it doesn't even matter. But I did throw on Primed Flow because you do want to have a large energy pool, because these still cost 116 to throw out. Keep in mind, I have, since I'm just very basic, Molt Augmented on for some ability strength damage, and I do have Arcane Barrier for sweet shield gating, just in case, because I don't play perfectly or anything, so I want to throw a little bit of defense on. Usually if you're in a group, even on Steel Path, it's pretty hard to get killed because you can shield gate into Mushroom into your passive Mushroom, so you have a lot of defensives, right? But hey, Arcane Barrier, you can always, once you throw on like Brief Respite over Rifle Amp, if you do that, it'll already be a lot easier to survive. So yeah, that's not actually too bad. So again, if we take a quick look at Nokko, I actually am not going to show them off too long here, because it's very simple. Your first ability does damage, your second one is defensive, and that is my freaking Kavat, Slivolpophyla killing everything, but like, there we go. It bounces, does more damage, you're starting to see orange crits, right? Very good. And then you can just shoot more, and it does even more damage to people. That's kind of all you do. You just spam your first, your second, your third ability. You can have 4 of your first ability up, and you can have 2 of your second ability up at a time, where you can have 3 of your fourth ability up at a time. So you essentially, you can shoot off your fourth ability pretty constantly, and as long as you're within your mushrooms, you will never run out of energy, and it's almost impossible to fully die as long as you're actively spawning mushrooms and using your fourth ability. And again, you can jump on them too. So you can just be like, living the goddamn life over here. And that's Nokko, so yay, let me know what you think so far. We're gonna take your boy over into Steel Path with my current general ability set. I think I'm just gonna run a survival mission in the Void, just so you can get a general sense of how he works. And again, I want to bring up that people really like running Invisible Nokko with the Prisma Shade. I think it's Prisma Shade, right? Either way, Prisma Shade or like Hurus Kubro, the shade that has the ability to go invisible and then you just stay invisible, you do not shoot your gun, and then you just kind of chill. So if we quickly run to Void Mod, you'll be able to see what my general kind of damage cycle is, and you'll be able to see how easy it is that I get like knocked out or stay alive through constant ability spam and shield gate. I know, it's gonna be hard to notice though, so you can always spawn up instantly doing this, but just throw your second ability down 1, 2, and then you're good here. You're already alive, more health, and then this is what you do, right? You throw out your abilities, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you just spam your fourth ability. Pretty much no one can kill you. Like, they can try. That's why I said Brief Respite's good, because I'll die a lot easier since I don't have Brief Respite. But if I have Brief Respite on, it's a lot easier to live, you know? But hey. I like to live on the edge, apparently. And then you have, like, orange and red crits everywhere. But here's the thing, right? You do still have to spam out his abilities. You do still have to use your first, your second ability constantly. And as long as you're doing that, you're good. But it's a very specific playstyle. You have to like the whole ability spam side of him. Okay, if you don't like the ability spamming of Nokko, you probably won't like his kit, but this is legitimately my current playstyle with him. And guess what? If you throw on Prisma Shade, if you go on Invisible and you do an invisibility build, it's gonna work the same way. You're just gonna be invisible the whole time like this, and then you're gonna be spamming abilities. You see how it hits like 2 million over there? You're gonna be hitting millions as well. And if you want, you can choose other abilities that'll augment and increase your ability damage, not via strength, but like arcanes that do similar things. So yeah, this is how you use Nokko, if you choose. This is why I said you can also throw on more defenses if you want, because like, I just don't care enough to. But he does get a little squishy here and there. So hey, maybe you want to. And then if you stop spamming, you can see the bouncy balls will hit high damage because they'll actually get all of their bounces off. So then you're just like, hey, I'm Nokko. I'm getting all the kills. Very easy, very fun. Ha 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 ha. And as you can see, I'm getting like 150 kills a minute through spamming my dumb abilities. Try to make sure though that the energy mushrooms are right beside you, and then the damage mushrooms are more where the enemies spawn. Yeah. I mean, and hey, I didn't even go over my third ability. You can just activate this and chill, and then respawn. 1, 2, 3, chill. Like, if you're looking for a more casual spam and chill experience, right? And then you go 1, 2, 3, chill. And he's dead. Remember to reapply your Nokkos. 1, 2, 3. Okay. No, we don't need our Sly Vulpaphyla to be alive either, so don't worry about that.
Another life support capsule.
1, 2, 3. Yep. Look at that butt. Boop, boop, boop. Oh god, dude. Mushroom buns. Why did Warframe cake up the mushrooms? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just not throwing on any Archon shards because I'm not gonna play Nokko a ton right now. But I would throw on 1 cast speed Archon shard, maybe 2. And then I would probably throw on 3 duration red Archon shards. Because I just want that. In case anyone was wondering. Like I said, this is just my 2 Forma build, 0 Archon shards. I just, you know, he's cool. He's cool. I like Nokko. He's pretty fun. Ah! They're attacking me! And I'm safe. Boop. 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 Ugh. The only annoying thing, I don't know if I was talking about this earlier, but I think the only annoying thing to me is how low some of his ability radius is. I prefer 3 Toxin Shard for even more 4th damage. You know what? True enough. If you're going for pure damage, yeah, you definitely would want just Toxin Shards. So, you know, fair play, fair play. If you're going just for, like, high number, 100%. I more so am building for, like, quality of life, and I'm lazy, so I don't want to spam out my 1 and my 2nd ability too much. But if you're going for the good old max damage, fun fact, hell yeah, that would do a lot. I'm a lazy quality of life player. Hee hee hee. Look at all that. Oh my god. We're just destroying enemies. Look at them! And yeah, no. That's all I really have to say about Nokko. Let me know what you think. As always, sub, like. You can use Epic Games creator code Pupsker to support the channel. But I just thought it was about time I talked about Nokko. Since I have been playing a lot of Duet Night Abyss and some other games, okay? We've been more casual with Warframe. See, I just died there because I stopped spamming my abilities. And then I just revive and keep spamming my abilities. And that's all you have to do. Yeah, either way, thank you all so much for watching. Cheers.